just going to find a nice tall seat. Make sure your sit bones are flat and you lengthen through your spine. And then just close your eyes or soften your gaze. Notice how your body's feeling in this moment. Notice any areas of tightness or tension. Notice any areas of your body that might feel good. And then take some time to notice how you're feeling mentally and emotionally. Notice any feelings or thoughts lingering from the world outside. Whatever you find, acknowledge it and then gently let it go, making room for you to be completely and fully present for your body and your breath in this moment. Notice the natural pace and rhythm of your breath. Notice the way your breath sounds and feels. Notice where your body expands in response to your breath. And when you're ready, I want to invite you to relax the muscles in your face. Relax your mouth and your jaw. Release any tension from your neck, your shoulders, your upper back, and your chest. And then begin to soften the muscles along the rib cage, not only in the front, but also in the back of the body. And soften the belly. Begin to breathe deeply and fully. Notice where the body inflates and expands as you inhale. Notice where the body releases and draws into itself as you exhale. And as you continue cultivating this depth of breath and this dance that it creates, allow yourself to really focus on creating freer and fuller breath with every round. Every exhale, releasing more tension from the body, allowing every inhale to lift and expand your body effortlessly. Your hands can stay on your legs. They can rest in your lap with the palms facing up. Or they can come to your body, one hand on the heart and one hand on the navel. Wherever you want to hold your hands is perfect. Just stay focused on that dance between the body and the breath. Notice what you're feeling as you inhale fully and as you exhale completely. Notice that as you release more tension on your exhale, you're able to take those deep, full inhales and notice how good they feel. And perhaps you breathe into the belly first and let the breath blossom into the ribs and then the chest. And as you exhale, the chest gently drops, the ribs relax, and the belly button pulls in. Or perhaps your breath looks entirely different. Either way, notice what the body and breath do in this moment. And see how you can relax and expand that. Continue breathing deeply and fully, focused on that movement in the body. And if the mind starts to wander at any point, know that that is entirely natural. Simply notice that the mind has wandered to your dishes, your laundry, your loved ones, and then gently guide it back to this breath and the movement that it creates in this body. Continue breathing deeply and fully. Again, letting every round of breath become a little bit more full, a little bit more free, and a little bit more fluid. And for these last couple moments of breath work, allow your mind to focus on a point of gratitude. Think of something that makes you wildly happy. Cultivate that sensation of joy and thankfulness until all you're left with is this breath, this body, and this grateful, joyful heart. Know that this deep, full breath that nourishes and sustains you, and this heart full of gratitude that uplifts and enriches you are available to you at any point throughout this practice, throughout your day, throughout your life. And give yourself just 3 more deep breaths here. Bring the palms together in front of you in a prayer position and push the thumbs in towards your heart. Maybe drop the head gently in gratitude. And as you take these last few breaths, stay keenly focused on that joyful heart. And give yourself one last deep, full breath. Bless you. And whenever you're ready, you can blink your eyes open and we'll get started. How you doing back there? Y'all snuck in on me. All right. If either of you have special requests, please let me know. Otherwise, we're doing a general all body with a little bit of focus on the hips. All right? So, you can be seated, you can be standing. The choice is yours. It's your body. You do what you want with it. We're going to just do some simple breath. Inhaling the arms up overhead, reaching through the hands with soft shoulders, and exhaling down. Beautiful. And if the shoulder hurts, we can stop at shoulder height. Reach out, lengthen through the spine, and exhale down. Find things that work in your body. Don't worry about anything else. Just focus on what you're feeling and breathe deeply. Beautiful. Using your own breath to guide you. Inhaling up when you're ready and exhaling slowly down when you're ready. Give yourself one more here, just like this at your own pace. And when you're ready, we're going to then hinge at the hips. So we're going to inhale up. When you're ready to exhale, hinge at the hip, press the hips up, and gently come forward fold. You can bend the knees as much as you want. And then inhale, drive through the heels. Squeeze the glutes as you come up. Beautiful. And then when you're ready to exhale, you hinge at the hip again. Come into your gentle forward fold. Relax your neck. And when you're ready, bend the knees deep, press through the heels, squeeze your glutes, and lift your sternum. Beautiful. And give yourself just 2 more just like this. Lingering wherever it feels good, and notice what you're feeling in your hips, in the back of your spine, and especially as you come down into that exhale, that gentle forward fold. And you know what, let's do one more. And this time as we come down into the exhale, let's linger. So as you come down into your forward fold, release your neck. Again, you can bend your knees as much or as little as you want. Press the hips up toward the sky. So even if the knees are bent, you can press your hips up. And notice the stretch that gives you in the back of the hamstring. Whenever you're ready, bend the knees deep. Roll yourself up slowly. Maybe roll the shoulders back and just notice how you're feeling. We're going to keep the hands hanging out by the side of the body. Maybe the left hand comes to the left hip, and we inhale the right arm up. Maybe to shoulder height, maybe to the ceiling. If you want more of a stretch in the side of the body, dip your hips out to the right and reach slightly to the left. Wherever you are, take that right arm and roll it toward the back of your body a little bit to open up that right shoulder. One more breath here, just like this. And when you're ready, inhale up, exhale down. Beautiful. And then do 3 with your own breath. Inhale up to wherever that stretch felt good for you. And then exhale slowly down. Beautiful. Inhale up again to wherever you like the stretch. And then exhale down again. And one last one on this first side. Inhale up. Get that good stretch and exhale down. Let both arms hang by the body and notice the difference in the 2 sides. Bring the right hand to the right hip and inhale the left arm up. Maybe to shoulder height, maybe to the ceiling, Maybe you dip your hips out to the left and reach over to the right. Wherever you are, take that left arm and pull it back toward the back of your body. Open that shoulder. Hold this for 2 more breaths. Keep a gentle bend in your knee. There you go. And when you're ready, inhale up and exhale down. Beautiful. 3 with our breath. Inhale up to wherever you like that stretch. And then gently exhale down. Again, just stretching out this left side of the body. 2 more at your own pace. Notice what you're feeling. Keep that gentle bend in the knees so they're not holding too much tension. 1 last one. And exhale down. Release your arms. Take a moment to take a breath. Notice if both arms or both sides of the body feel the same. If one feels shorter or tighter than the other, give yourself an extra stretch on that short, tight side, okay? It's normal to carry more tension on one side of the body than the other. Next, we're going to do our twist. So, 2 options. You can inhale the arms up, nice soft shoulders, and exhale to the left and drop the arms on either side of the body. Inhaling back up, coming to center, and then exhaling over to the right. And you can stay doing this at your own pace, inhaling up and exhaling to the side, turning your heart from one side of the room to the other. Or, if you like, you can simply let the arms hang by the side of the body, and you can do your little wish-washy. And just let it feel good. Whatever you're doing, find a movement in your spine that feels nice, that brings you a little bit of joy and a little bit of a massage all around the spine. And give yourself 2 more of each, regardless of which version you're doing. Let it feel really good. And when you're ready, come to stillness. Bring your hands to your body, take a breath, and just notice what you're feeling. When you're ready, you'll take the hands to the hips. We're just going to do some hip circles. Start nice and slow, nice and small, nice and slow. Notice what you're feeling and slowly make the circle bigger, right? Don't worry about what it looks like. Focus on what it feels like. And as you make your circle bigger, you might notice a massaging feeling at the base of your spine and in the hip area. And that's what we want, is a little bit of a massage. Give yourself 1 or 2 more circles in this first direction, and then you're going to slow down, come to center, and then change directions. Again, starting nice and small and slow, and then slowly letting the circle get bigger. Remembering that if one of us looks goofy, we all look goofy. And if we all look goofy, none of us look goofy. Give yourself 2 more. In this second direction, noticing that both directions might not feel the same. That's also normal. And when you're ready, you'll come to center. Notice what you're feeling. You can have a seat for a minute. All right. In our chairs, we're going to inhale the arms up, bend the elbows, hold on to the shoulders, and draw some circles with your elbows. You can do this 1 at a time. You can do this 2 at a time. Do whatever feels best in your body, and let you really focus on what you're feeling. Give yourself a few more in this first direction, making sure if you're doing the arms 1 at a time, that you're doing them an even amount. Unless one is tighter than the other, that one can get some extra. When you're ready, you're going to change directions. Again, maybe 1 at a time, so you can notice what you're feeling in the shoulder. Maybe 2 at a time. Just check in with your body, see what feels good, what gives you the most information. Maybe 1 or 2 more circles here, and then you can bring your hands to your lap, take a breath. Next, did we lose her? Next, we're going to inhale the arms up. I'll stand up so you can see me. Everyone else stays. You can stay seated. It's okay. I'm just standing so they can see me. Inhale the arms up. You can't see me in the video. Now you can. Inhale your arms up. Bend the elbows. Squeeze your biceps and take me to the gun show. Now take your wrists and turn them under. Here you should feel that bright stretch in the back of the wrist and forearm. Hold this for a couple of breaths. Notice what you're feeling. When you're ready, keep the wrist turned in and start to unbend the elbow any amount. Maybe you come out a little bit and you're like, wowza, big stretch in the forearm. That's perfect. That's where you need to be, then keep it there. But make sure the wrists aren't here, the wrists are turned in. You can make the arms as straight as you want, but you don't have to push yourself. Find the stretch that works for you and turn those wrists in. When you're ready, open the arm all the way. Open the wrists, open the hand. Try and point your fingers down at the ground and spread your palm out wide. As you do this and reach through your fingertips, you're going to feel a huge stretch all through the palm and the interior of the forearm. Give yourself one more breath here. And when you're ready, on your inhale, take me back to the gun show, bend the elbows, squeeze the biceps, turn those wrists in. Again, big stretch in the back and in the wrist. And whenever you're ready, start to unbend those elbows any amount. Keep the wrists turned in. When you find your stretch, you hold it there, wherever it is. There's no ego in this room. You do what works for you. And when you're ready, after one more breath, we're going to open the arms. We're going to open the wrists, open the hands, point the fingers. Now we're going from Popeye to Spider-Man. Spread the palm out as wide as you can. Reach through the fingers. Big, bright stretch. One more breath. I know it's not the most comfortable. That's okay. Exhale, release. Let the hands rest in your lap and notice what you're feeling. All right, it's a lot, and that's good. You're alive, man. All right, next we're gonna do our finger flicking. It's not your wrists, it's your fingers, okay? And you're just gonna flick as fast as you can. Find your pace. We got a second hand there? No, but I got a second hand on my iPad, so I'm gonna make sure I don't hold you here too long. Just long enough to make you uncomfortable again, right? That's one of my favorite things. Making people just a little bit uncomfortable. That's all right. It's good for you. Keep breathing deeply and fully. And when your hands start to get tired, when the back of your hands starts to get warm, and that discomfort starts to creep in, breathe deep and focus on your breath. And if it's too much, you can stop whenever you want. We've got 3 more deep breaths here if you can. And again, this is good for arthritis. It's good for your grip strength, which is directly related to lifespan and quality of life, right? So we want to keep that up. One more breath. Ooh-wee. And drop the hands. Oh my goodness. Notice what you feel in your fingers, your palms, your wrists, your forearms. And then when you're ready, we're going to extend the left foot out in front of us and flex the foot. And as you flex the foot, notice that deep stretch that you get in the back of that left leg. Hold this here for 2 more breaths. You don't got to be worried about being so quiet, man. You can go. You all right. Thank you, though. Whenever you're ready, point your toe. Notice that big stretch now is in the front of the foot, from the big toe up into the ankle and maybe even the shin. Hold this for 1 or 2 breaths. And when you're ready, move in and out of it with your breath. Inhale to flex, stretch in the back. Exhale to point, stretch in the front. Inhale to flex, stretch in the back. Exhale to point, stretch in the front. One last one. Inhale to flex, stretch in the back. Exhale to point, big stretch in the front. Then take your big toe and draw your nice slow circle. Ooh, I'm popping already. Make sure that you're keeping your leg nice and steady when you do this. It's not a leg movement, right? We just want to focus on that ankle mobility. I am Rice Krispie treats over here. When you're ready, you'll go in the opposite direction. Notice both directions aren't the same, and that's okay, right? Give the more difficult direction a little extra love. Give him a couple extra turns. And then when you're ready, you're going to drop the heel to the floor. We're going to inhale, spread the toes wide. Exhale, squeeze the toes tight. Inhale, spread the toes wide. Exhale, squeeze the toes tight. It's your toes you're doing. I'm just using my hand to cue you. Inhale, flex the toes. Exhale, squeeze. Then you can just bring that left foot to rest. Then you're going to extend the right hand. I don't know why I think I'm in the army or something, right? But flex that right foot. Feel that deep stretch in the back of that right leg. Breathe deeply and fully. Hold this for 1 or 2 more breaths. Really enjoying that stretch. And when you're ready, point your toe. Again, that deep stretch now comes from the big toe up the foot into the ankle and into the shin. Hold this here for one more round of breath. And when you're ready, inhale, flex. Exhale, point. Beautiful. Inhale, flex. Exhale, point. One more on this side. Inhale, flex. Excellent. Exhale, point. And then take your big toe and draw your little circle. Nice and slow and controlled. Excellent. And just notice the difference in the two ankles. Notice what you're feeling in your foot and maybe in your shin. When you're ready, you'll change directions. And just notice what you're feeling. Don't be afraid of those Rice Krispie treats. Get that air out. It's all right. When you're ready to drop that heel to the ground, inhale, spread the toes. Hi, Miss Renee. Exhale, squeeze the toes. Inhale, spread the toes. Exhale, squeeze the toes. Inhale, spread the toes. Exhale, squeeze the toes. And then you can release. All right, that's our warm-up. Now let's get to work. I'm gonna get everybody a strap. So for these first couple of hip openers, we're gonna use those. It's so long. I mean, you need it long, sir, but everybody else in here, ma'am, that is much too long for you. That is like 3 times the size of your body. It's not so bad. Who they got the Jolly Green Giant coming to class on days that I'm not here, or what the deal is? These things are just so big, it's crazy. There you are. There you are. And here you are. And here. This is another super long one. There you go. That's almost that. You're tall too, though, so that's fine. Okay. And when we're ready, we're going to take the strap and we're going to loop it around the widest part of your left foot, okay? You also want to take a moment to make sure that your right knee is over your right ankle and that you're forward enough in your chair to be able to put a little bit of weight. So if I'm way back in my seat, I can't really press into my feet, right? Like I couldn't just like get up out my chair like this, I'd have to lean forward. But if I come toward the front of my chair, I can put a little bit more pressure into my feet, and that's what we want, so we can get that activation in the legs. So then you're gonna take the strap around the wide part of your left foot. You're gonna extend that leg out in front of you, similar to how we did in the warm-up. But this time we're gonna take our right hand and we're gonna hold on to our chair. So just the left hand is gonna hold on to these bands with this flexed foot. And then whenever you're ready, you're gonna slowly, without moving your hips or without moving your torso, try and keep your whole body still and open that left hip out to the left any amount, right? And you're gonna get to a point where the outside of your hip is like, oh wee, and the inside of your hip is nice and bright. And that's what you're gonna do. Keep the spine nice and long. Take 1 or 2 breaths here with that open hip. Engage that left glute. Squeeze that left butt cheek, that outer hip. And when you're ready, inhale slowly back to center. Excellent. You can drop that foot, release the strap, and switch feet. We're gonna move over to the right foot. So you'll loop the strap around the widest part of your right foot. You'll extend that foot and leg as much as you can. You're gonna hold on to that strap with just the right hand. Left hand is gonna hold on to the chair for security. Then we're gonna take this without moving our hips or our torso, stay nice and still, and then open that right hip any amount, right? Feel what you're, notice what you're feeling in that outer hip and in the inner thigh. It's a lot, right? Hold it for 1 or 2 more breaths. Keep the spine nice and long, and on your next inhale, you can slowly bring it back to center. Excellent. Now, you can drop your strap for a little bit. How many of you are able to bring your foot either onto your leg or onto the chair? If you're not able to or you don't want to, that's entirely fine. I'm just wondering for how many of us it's accessible. Is anybody not able to do it? No, we're all good. Okay, so wherever you're able to bring your leg onto the thigh, onto the chair, what we're gonna do is we're either gonna take our hand or our forearm of that same side, and we're gonna gently press on the lower thigh, just above the knee. And what we're gonna do here, So it looks like this, all right? Like I'm having a really good conversation that I want to lean into. And so as we do that, what we're doing is putting just enough gentle weight on that outer hip to open up that left hip just a little bit more. And so we're gonna hold this for just 1 or 2 more breaths. And if you don't feel a deep stretch in this outer hip, let me know, and we can see what we can do about that. When you're ready, you'll come up, you'll release that left leg down, and we're gonna take the right leg now. Tenderly and slowly bring it on top of the right leg, or next to on the top of the chair, and then that right arm or that right hand is going to gently press into that right leg. And again, just opening the outer hip here. Notice what you're feeling. Keep the back tall. Keep your breath nice and full. 1 or 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready, you can come up and gently and tenderly release that left or that right leg down. And just notice what you're feeling in the 2 hips, right? Hopefully a little bit of openness. The next thing we're gonna do is stay toward the front of your chair and spread your legs out as wide as you can, right? So this one we do often in here, and it's one of my favorites. So notice that if you're pressing your feet into the ground and you're squeezing your glutes, your legs come open a little bit wider, and that's what we want to maintain that action, right? Squeeze the butt cheeks to press those thighs open and increase that stretch. Bring your arms hanging down in front of you and press your right arm into the right leg actively to push it out and open it a little bit more. Take a deep breath here. And then as you exhale, twist and turn up to the left, opening the shoulder as we open the hip, and inhale back to center. So here we're just killing 3 birds with 1 stone. We're opening the hip, we're opening the shoulder, and we're just gently twisting the spine. Beautiful. We're gonna do 3 more on this side at your own pace. You inhale up when you're ready, and you exhale down when you're ready, right? It's your body. You do what you want with it. I'm just here to help you have fun. Breathe deeply and fully. Give yourself 1 more here, nice and slow, lingering wherever it feels good to linger. When you come back to center this time, the left arm is going to press actively into that left leg to open up that hip. Right hand hangs in front of you. You take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, you gently twist up and to the right. Inhale back to center whenever you're ready. You're moving with your own breath here, opening that left hip, opening that right shoulder, and gently twisting the spine. We've got just 3 more here on this side at your own pace. There's never any need to rush. We're not going anywhere. I'm staying right in this room until we're done. So you linger where you want and you catch up when you can. Give yourselves 1 more at your own pace. And when you're ready, you can roll yourself back up. Excellent. And because I'm going to have us do a little bit of challenging hip stuff in a minute, I think we've Captain Morgan'd in here with each other before. We will do it again. We're going to do a little bit of goddess pose first. So take those legs nice and wide again. And this time you're going to turn your toes out to the side if possible. And notice that when you turn your toes out to the side, it increases that inner stretch in the thigh. Squeeze your butt, squeeze your glutes to help keep those legs in place. And remember, we're pressing our feet into the floor, so your legs are working right now even though you're seated. Inhale the arms up to shoulder height, bend the elbows, and keep that. You can do 1 of 2 things. Keep the hands nice and wide. You can bring the thumb and the index finger together, with the other 3 fingers pointed straight. Whatever you want to do. Notice that to keep the shoulders over the hips, your whole core is working. All the muscles along your ribs and in your belly are supporting you. This is a lot of work. If you want even more work, pick up the heels. Beautiful. Whatever you're doing right now is perfect. Feel your body engaged. Give yourself 1 more breath here. And then gently release. Bring the legs together, notice how you're feeling, and then imagine doing that without your chair, because that's fun. When you're ready, everybody stand up. Unless you don't want to, then we've got options. However, if you're comfortable standing up, the first thing that we'll do is stand behind our chair. You're going to stand behind your chair with nice wide legs. And remember that the wider your legs go, the more strength that it requires, right? So over time, you can spread your legs a little bit wider, but make sure they're wide here, but not so wide that you'll strain yourself. Hold on to the back of your chair and point your toes forward. I'm going to give the cues a little bit different for this today so we can see if we can avoid that knee pain. So what we're going to do is keep the toes and the knees pointed in the same direction. And what you really want to focus on as we bend the knee is not pushing the knee out, but taking the hip and pushing the hip out. So you see how as I come down, my hip is going to come out wider or stay in line with my knee, right? So it's my hip that's holding me when I come down, and it's my hip and my glutes that are pushing me when I come up. So same thing on this side. Don't let the knee curve out. Keep the knee facing forward and push the hip out if you can. And you don't have to go far. If this is all you need, and you can be like, okay, I'm pushing my hip, and then I'm squeezing my glute. I'm pushing my hip, and then I'm squeezing my glute. Whatever it looks like to you is perfect, right? Just focus on avoiding that knee pain and really engaging those glutes. Get that outer hip involved. The glute medius, that outer hip, is one of the hardest muscles in that area to engage, but it really is an important one. All right, so give yourself a few more here on each side. Beautiful. Squeezing the glutes. I'm so tempted to have you guys do a little bit of those isometric exercises today. It's been a while. Give yourself one more on each side. Pushing the hip out. Using the glute, the butt cheek, to bring you back up. That's right, butt cheek. And when you're ready, you can bring your legs close together. Notice how you're feeling. For good measure, everyone come to the left side of your chair. We're only going to do the ones to the side today. We won't do all of them. Maybe during the new year, maybe I'll come back with more of a plan or a program to make you guys go through all of them regularly. We'll see. When you're ready, you're going to pick up your left heel, shift all your weight into the right foot. Make your line nice and long and straight from the heel all the way through your shoulder. When you're ready, you're going to squeeze this left glute to lift this left leg up any amount. Important, do not let the toes turn out, right? That's cheating you and it's making the hip do the work. Keep the toes pointed directly in front of you. And you're not trying out for the Rockettes. You don't got to be up here. You can just be a couple inches off the ground as long as you're squeezing that left glute. And bring it down. And then we're going to exhale up again. Squeeze. Keep the toes pointed forward. Inhale down. And I like touching the glute medius while I do this. It helps to, especially when you're first learning how to cue it up, it helps create that mind-muscle connection of this is the muscle that's doing this right now. All right? And give you two more. Squeeze on the exhale. Inhale down. And squeeze. And then inhale down. And then move to the other side of your chair. And again, it's the same thing. We're going to pick up the right heel so we can shift all our weight into that left foot, make our body nice, tall, and straight. And when you're ready, you can either have your hand on your hip or on your glute medius. As you exhale, squeeze that glute medius and lift the leg any amount. It doesn't have to be high. Maybe you just come up like this and inhale it back. Tiny. That's all right. The work can be tiny and the impact can still be big. You don't got to go hard all the time, right? Sometimes softness is the best way through. It took me most of my life to realize that, and I'm still telling myself, trying to convince me that it's right. But with movement practices, it is right. It is true. Give yourself one or two more here on this right side, squeezing that right glute. It's a lot. It's work. And then when you're ready, shake your legs out. Yeah, man. Little but mighty. All right. The next thing we're going to do, again, if this is accessible to you, great. If it is not, that's also great. Do not worry about it. We have other options that we can do. For those of you who can get your leg up onto the seat of your chair, that's what we're going to do. We're Captain Morganing it, all right? And what you want to do is have your right foot on the chair. And you want to try and see if you can keep your knee initially over your knee over your ankle. And then see if you can turn your hips and your chest to face me, to face the front of the room. And squeeze that right glute. And notice that openness that you get in this hip. Now what we're gonna do is slowly bend the knee over the toes any amount. Try and keep your heel pressed into the chair. And you're just gonna rock back and forth here for a few times. We're just gently opening the hip and activating those muscles in that glute medius, okay? Give yourself 2 more rocks and then we'll do a brief hold. And no, this isn't technically a yogic asana, right? But this is work that's important to be able to do the asana effectively and get the most out of it. The next time you come forward, hold it. Feel that deep stretch. Feel that activation in that right glute. And when you're ready, gently push yourself up and slowly and tenderly bring your leg down. And we'll switch sides. So you come to the other side of the chair. You slowly bring your foot up here with the toes facing to the left side of the room. And again, try and turn your hips and your chest to face me, to face the front. Feel the openness that already starts creating. Squeeze that left glute. Feel how it opens up the leg. And then you can start rocking forward and slowly rocking back. And just notice what you're feeling in the inner thigh, the stretch. Notice the activation you're feeling in that left glute. Beautiful. And give yourself a few more rocks here before we do a gentle hold. Excellent. And just notice what you're feeling in your body. When you're ready, we're going to do a 5-second hold. And if you don't feel comfortable holding it, you certainly don't have to. All right? Give yourself 1 more breath. And whenever you're ready, inhale up and slowly and tenderly take it down. See how we're doing on time? We're doing pretty good. How are our hips feeling? Okay, pretty good? Yeah? All right, let's have a seat for a minute. How's that sound? Not too shabby? Okay, now, I wish we had yoga blocks here, but we don't, and we're gonna make do. The next thing that we'll do is let's just do a gentle fold. We'll say the forward fold. Let's take the right leg in front of us with the knee over the ankle and pick up the left leg. You can either pick it up by your shin or you can pick it up underneath your thigh. That's entirely up to you. And what we're going to do here is hold this here for just a moment. And if you want, you can use the right hand to hold onto the shin. Inhale the left arm up. And as you exhale, turn gently toward the right, putting yourself into a twist. Keep. Oh, I'm sorry. My right, your left. Turn to the left. And when you're ready, inhale to the front. Before this class now, I teach a circle class of chair yoga, and so I have to use the right sides in the circle class. It's very confusing. When you're ready, you'll lower that left leg down. And just notice what you're feeling and the difference of the 2 sides of your back. And then you're going to pick up that right leg, maybe under the thighs, maybe at the shin, whatever feels good to you. Make your back nice and tall. And when you're ready, you're going to use the left hand to hold the shin. Inhale the right arm out. And then exhale, twist and turn to the right. Holding that leg as close to you as your hip flexor will let you. Taking 1 or 2 more breaths here. And then inhaling back to the front. And just gently releasing that leg, seeing how you feel. And now I think a little forward fold is called for. So we're going to inhale the arms up. And then when you're ready with a nice long back, begin to hinge at the hip as you exhale. Press the hips toward the seat. Drape your body over your legs. Let your head come to hang heavy. No tension in your neck. Notice what you're feeling in the hips, the lower back, and all throughout your spine, including your neck. And just breathe deeply and fully here. Notice the way your back expands as you inhale. And just let your body completely relax and release. When you're ready, you'll slowly roll yourself up. Excellent. We've got time for 1 or 2 more, I think. let's take our right foot and extend it out to the side. It can also come to the front if that's more comfortable for you. We don't have to be sticklers about it. Your left knee, though, wants to be over your left ankle so that you have a nice geometric, sound base to work from. What we're gonna do here is create our triangle pose. So we're gonna inhale that right arm up. And just hold this here for a few rounds of breath. Feel that stretch as you actively press into the floor with your right leg. If it doesn't feel comfortable to you to press into the floor with the right leg, you can also flex the right foot. So your heel will be on the ground, but your toes will be pointed up. The leg is still active, and that's what we're looking for. An active right leg and a nice long stretch through that side of the body. And when you're ready, we're gonna drop that right hand and inhale the left arm up now. Again, keeping the right leg active as we do reverse triangle. Breathing deeply and fully. One more breath here. And if your neck is ever bothering you, you don't have to look up. You can look forward or you can look down, whatever feels best in your body. When you're ready, you'll exhale and release. Bring the right foot in front of you and extend the left foot now. And again, maybe the foot is flat on the floor. Maybe the foot is flexed and the heel is on the ground. Whatever you want to do is fine. Make sure that right knee is above that right ankle. When you're ready, inhale that left arm up. Nice and tall, coming into your triangle pose. Beautiful. And again, the neck can be looking up, looking down, or looking forward. Find what works best for you. Hold this for 1 or 2 more breaths. Keep that left leg active as you stretch that left side. And whenever you're ready on your next exhale, drop the left hand and inhale the right arm up. Reverse triangle. And again, you can change the placement of your head and do what works for you. Notice what you're feeling. And when you're ready, you can exhale that arm down, bring the legs back to center. We're going to take our legs, one more posture, and we're going to turn ourselves to face the left side of the room. Once we do that, we want to scoot forward in our chair enough to have the left foot firm on the floor. And then you're going to drop that right leg down in front of your chair and just let it kind of relax. So your left foot is firmly on the floor, and you're putting a little bit of weight into it, and you're holding onto the chair with your left arm. When you're ready, inhale the right arm up with a nice soft shoulder. Reach through the fingertips and engage your core here. So all the muscles along your ribs and in your belly, use them to keep your shoulders directly over your hips. Hold this for 1 more breath, and if you feel stable, you can then inhale the left arm up, coming into your seated warrior 1. Hold this for 1 breath. And then if you want to, you can exhale the hands down to shoulder height. And then begin turning your chest toward me. So give me your heart. That's right. Maybe you open your palms to the ceiling. Maybe you look over to the left. This is warrior 2. As you press your thumbs behind you, feel that openness it creates in the collarbone. 1 more breath here in warrior 2. And then we can release the arms, turn to face our legs, and bring everything back to center. Beautiful. And now we're going to do the same thing to the right side of the room. So face the right side of the room. Scoot up in your seat enough to be able to put a little bit of weight into that right foot and then drop that left leg. There's also the option to extend it behind you and get it involved, but it's a lot. So you might this is good. Hey, how you doing? Good. When you're ready, inhale that left arm up with a nice soft shoulder. Notice the way that your core is helping you to keep the shoulders directly over the hips. If you feel steady here, inhale the left or the right arm up. Nice soft shoulders, reach through the fingertips, keep the core engaged, pressing through that right foot. Take 1 more breath here in your warrior 1. And when you're ready, exhale the hands down to shoulder height. And then turn your heart to face me. Maybe your palms face up. Maybe you look toward the right hand. Find what works for you. Press the thumbs behind you the tiniest bit and notice that openness across the collarbone. One more breath here in your warrior two. And whenever you're ready, we can release all of that. Come back to center. And let's do some breathing. How's that sound? Yeah, that's a nice little break. Find your nice comfortable seat. Make sure that you're flat on your sit bones. You're not sitting on the edge of them. So you're a little turn and a little tilt and tuck. When you're ready, extend your spine. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. And take a moment to notice how you're feeling physically. So scanning the body for areas of tension or tightness. Scanning the body for areas that feel alive and long and open. Take a moment to notice how you're feeling mentally and emotionally. Maybe it's not just things outside of this room. Maybe things during this class came up about your body, about your ability. Whether these things are positive or negative, whatever you have lingering on your heart and in your mind, acknowledge it and then gently release it. Becoming completely free to be fully present in this moment. Notice your breath, its pace and rhythm, the way it feels and sounds, where it expands when you inhale. When you're ready, I want to invite you to relax your face. Relax the muscles in your mouth and jaw. Release any tension from your neck, your shoulders, your upper back, your chest. And then begin to soften those muscles along the rib cage and in the belly. Breathe deeply and fully. Notice how the body expands effortlessly as you inhale. As you exhale, completely release any tension in the body. And notice how that release allows the body to expand even more as you take your next breath in. As you continue cultivating and approaching this breath with a compassionate curiosity, allow yourself to really focus on the movement that the breath creates in the body. And to play with the idea of how can you assist this movement to effortlessly expand and grow. Breathing deeply and fully, and as you do, your hands can rest in your lap, on your legs, or on your body. The choice is yours. Allow every round of breath to become a little bit more full and a little bit more free. Continue breathing deeply and fully. Whatever this full breath looks like in your body, be present for it, be grateful for it, and cultivate it. Continue breathing deeply and fully, focused on that movement that the breath is creating in the body. Keep the face soft. Keep your tongue nice and relaxed. And perhaps for the next few rounds of breath, when you get to the top of your inhale, maybe you sip the tiniest bit more air in through your nose. And then exhale slowly. So a big breath in, a tiny bit more, and a slow, steady exhale. And maybe you do 2 more just like that if you want. When you're ready, just return to a full, natural, deep breath, allowing yourself to notice any energetic signatures from that extra sip. And all that extra sip does is expand the sacs of the lungs enough to make sure that you're getting all of the oxygen you possibly could, bathing your muscles and your organs and your brain in vital oxygen. And again, just noticing where the body expands, where the body softens. And cultivating that full, deep breath. And for the next few moments, as we continue breathing fully and deeply, I want to invite you to focus on that point of gratitude, to think of something that fills your heart with joy. And allow every inhale to amplify that gratitude, to stoke the flames of that joyous heart. And allow every exhale to allow you to release everything else. Because just as our body takes in all of the air around it on our inhale, extracts from it precisely what we need to thrive and survive, and our exhale allows us to effortlessly release everything else, we know that we are able to do that too. To go through our experiences and our relationships in life to extract precisely what we need to survive and to thrive, including gratitude, and to gently and effortlessly let go of everything else. Just continue breathing deeply and fully focused on that grateful, joyous heart. Notice the way the body moves. Notice the way your heart feels as you focus on this gratitude. And know that this deep, full breath that sustains you and this grateful, joyous heart that uplifts you are here for you at any point. All you need to do is to take the moment to quiet the mind and to allow your body and your heart to do exactly what they were made to. Giving yourself a few more deep breaths here. Just focus on that gratitude and that joy. And whenever you're ready, keeping the eyes closed, bring your palms in front of you and place them together. We're going to rub our hands. We're going to cultivate that Shakti, cultivate that healing chi, create a little bit of heat. And if you have glasses on, I invite you to take them off. And once your hands get warm, however vigorously or long you need to rub them, we're going to take those warm hands and place them over our closed eyes. And you're going to take a deep breath here, focused on that gratitude. When you're ready, you'll keep the eyes closed and you'll bring the palms together and you'll rub them once again until you feel that warmth in between your hands. Cultivate that healing chi, that energy. And once you feel the hands warm, this time we're going to take them to the back of the neck and the back of the shoulders. And then over our closed eyes. Taking a breath there, focused on that gratitude. And one final time, keep your eyes closed, bring the palms back together, rub those hands however long and vigorously you need to get that heat up. And once you cultivate that Shakti, once you cultivate that warmth, take those warm hands and bring them over your heart. Take a deep breath here. Focus on how grateful you are for this body. How grateful you are for this life. And then take those hands and place them over your closed eyes. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths here. Focus on that gratitude and that joy. Give yourself one last deep breath.